Now the camera is running, and you'll just signal to Heather when you want to start, and she will hit the timer and give you the same type of signals that Alyssa would give in our class.
All right.
All right. Enjoy.
Whenever you're ready.
According to Selena Roberts and David Epstein of Sports Illustrated, in 2003, a total of 104 Major League Baseball players tested positive for the use of performance-enhancing drugs. The recent outbreak of steroid use in the past 2 decades has sent the sport spiraling. Unfortunately, this may wreak havoc on the sport's credibility as a whole. Many people still think that Major League Baseball is still considered America's pastime. However, the dark stain left on its history is known as the steroid era, cannot be avoided, which is why steroid use has haunted baseball's recent existence. It has haunted baseball's recent existence in 3 ways. First of all, it has ruined the players. Second of all, it has ruined the commissioner. And third of all, it has ruined the fan base. Now, when you think of Major League Baseball, automatically you think professional athletes. Some of the professional athletes you may relate to could be known as Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez, or even Roger Clemens, for example. Now, despite their monumental accomplishments in the sport, they all have one common bond that they all share, which is steroid use. According to Robert Schlesinger of U.S. News and World Report, one of the major flaws that Major League Baseball's players' reputations seek is through their Hall of Fame inductions. Now, all of these players that I listed are potentially up for a ballot for the Hall of Fame at some point in their lives. Unfortunately, their link with steroid use may create their goal of getting into Cooperstown unattainable. They may have broken records over their whole careers, and they may have put in work and hard effort year in and year out. However, one mistake that they made in life, as in to choose to use performance-enhancing drugs, may haunt their accomplishments overall. The second way in which reputations of baseball players have been tarnished through steroid use is outlined by Howard Bryant of ESPN. Now, Bryant brings up the Mitchell Report congressional hearings in 2005. During these hearings, there was a testimony made by Donald Hooten. Donald Hooten has a son named Taylor. Taylor was a high school athlete, played for his baseball team in a very competitive league. However, Taylor was pressured by his coach to use performance-enhancing drugs. Even though this is illegal in the sport, there is much corruptness in college and high school athletics. Now, Taylor was a major fan of Major League Baseball, and so he realized the steroid controversy brewing even today. And he knew that, all right, if they can do it, why can't I? Eventually, the use of steroids affected his lifestyle, and he just couldn't handle the pressure anymore. Taylor committed suicide at the age of 16. Now, even though these Major League Baseball players are not directly related to Taylor's demise, their influence on him and other people of his age who are high school and college athletes may even have caused his death. So, as you can see, Major League Baseball players' reputations have been tarnished by the use of steroids. The second way in which steroid use has taken a toll on the sport is through the reputation of Commissioner Bud Selig. Bud Selig is often known as one of baseball's greatest commissioners due to his improvements in the game and the high level of competition overall. However, Selig will never be known for those after his exposure to the steroid era. According to Jackson Holohan of Georgetown University, Selig is often blamed for the steroid era due to his inefficiency in solving the problem when it first arose in the 90s. His weakness in enforcing punishments and his fear of what it might do to the sport as a whole has led to the outbreak of steroids today. Back in the 90s, players could get off with at least 2 warnings before an enforced punishment, such as a game suspension, would be taken in effect. This can be attributed to Selig's reign of the game as a whole, and overall his inefficiency in action. The second way in which Selig's reputation is blamed is outlined by Wallace Matthews of Newsday. Matthews shows how Selig's inability to accept blame for the steroid era and his willingness to blame players such as Alex Rodriguez in February of 2009 has decreased his reputation. His exhibition of immaturity and unwillingness to take the blame for his actions as a commissioner have tarnished his reputation as a whole. Now, the steroid era has ruined both the players and the commissioner. It has also ruined the fan base. The first way in which the fan base has been tarnished by the steroid use is outlined by Carl Hall of the San Francisco Chronicle. During the Barry Bonds Balco case of 2004, Hall describes how interviews of fans showed major fan frustration during that time period. They were frustrated with baseball's ineffectiveness in blowing out the steroid controversy when all the fans are really searching for is the love of the game. The second way in which fans is once again outlined by Howard Bryant of ESPN. Through the Taylor Hooton case, many parents who are fans of Major League Baseball fear for their children. They are unwilling to expose their children to the art of the game because of fear that they may follow the steps of their role models, thus using performance-enhancing drugs to increase their level of competition. Now, technically the steroid era has been over due to its modern influence in today's society. However, its effects are still present today.
Wow. Are you done?
Yeah. Whoa.
Good job.
Good job. Nice speech.
So count down.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? It was from 7